Oh crap, I forgot to mute my mic. Alright guys, so sorry about that. I did not realize the stream was still being weird. So I forgot to mute my mic, but I do apologize if you guys heard my keyboard during the intro music. But welcome back, everybody. I was gonna do a police patrol on Code Zero RP today, but as of right now, the server is currently having issues. So if you plan to get on, I would wait until for the time being, I would wait until Canopy gets on and fixes it, and then pings out that the server is back to normal. Just simply because, from what I'm hearing, the server, it does stay up for about an hour and a half, but people will just randomly time out, and that's really not good for me in terms of streaming, because then you would just see me having to relog a billion times, and then fix my, and then get my setup all back up in game. So I think for now what we'll do is we'll do some Flight Simulator. Now I do need to remove that image and that text. And then let's get our game capture up. Capture specific window. Oh, perfect. It picked up Flight Simulator right away. Wow. Oh, wait, no, that's because my window capture is up. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Now it's picking up the game capture just fine. So, if you guys remember, last time I streamed this game, I was actually having issues with the frame rate. And I'm pleased to report that I've figured out what the issue is with the frame rate. Now, for those of you guys who also play Microsoft Flight Simulator, the reason why the game has issues, in fact, let's actually go to the hangar and take a look at this awesome plane while we're here. So, I did do some optimizations, but I also found, for those who play Flight Sim, any of the windows for like changing the weather, putting in flight plans, or like the checklists, the what other ones are there? So there's weather checklists, like any of the like windows that you can pop out of the game, that causes the game to have an FPS impact, which means if you have like 4 or 5 of them open like I do, the game runs like absolute shit. So what I found, I did some optimizations, but it's really not noticeable, these optimizations. But for what it is, I think if you guys do want to stream this game, or you just want playable frame rates, just worry about the, just keep everything, like, whatever windows you may need in the game itself, do not pop them out, because that requires additional hardware. That takes up additional resources. So like if you're like me and you're streaming Flight Sim, and you also have those extra windows open, that's going to cause some frame rate impacts. But considering what it is, in the menus we're actually doing pretty fine in the frame rates, no drop frames at all. So streaming this might actually be more viable for me now. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be streaming this for a few hours. Like I said, we're gonna wait until the server is fixed before hopping on the Code Zero RP and doing a police patrol. We will do one today, I can promise you that. And if we're not able to do one today, I'll do a patrol tomorrow to make up for not being on today. Anyways, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and do a flight. So we're going to go to welcome. Also, I was having... Are you kidding me? Why are these issues... Why is this issue back again? I thought I fixed that issue. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. It was just loading in. So I was having an issue where the world map was actually screwed up as well. The world map was laggy as well. But I did fix that actually. So, what do we want to do? Actually, first of all, let's figure out what plane we want to use, because we do have a select list of planes that we can use for these flights. Now, I actually do have this Beechcraft King Air 350i. Now, I do want to show off some of these planes, like all of these features and stuff too. One of the new things that was recently added with Flight Sim is the addition of built-in liveries in the game. This is huge. This is absolutely huge for this is huge for this game, because we're slowly getting in liveries. Obviously, they're not going to be representative of real-life airlines, but it's better than nothing. It is definitely better than nothing. And I kind of want to do a Freightways flight, a global Freightways flight. I want to do a global Freightways flight, and we'll go from Boeing King County International Airport. This airport's up in Seattle. Seattle is actually modeled very well in the simulator. You can actually go fly around the Space Needle. We may have to do that shortly after takeoff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go find a parking area. Let's go to ramp 237. We'll set that as our departure. And what the hell, we'll head down to Vegas. Where's Las Vegas? Oh, there it is. It will be a long flight, but let's set this as our arrival. It will be a long flight. Actually, the game thinks it's going to take us 3 hours 18 minutes, but that's just with the VFR direct. We're going to do IFR high altitude airways. And actually, that actually will take it a little bit longer. What about low altitude? Oh. Here we go. Low altitude airways will only take us about 3 hours. And welcome everybody who's just now tuning in. I see we got 7 people watching. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everybody is doing well. For the beach, I don't think we should do the Beechcraft. I say we use the Grand Caravan may work for this flight, but let's see. I think, if anything, we should probably consider using these Cessna Citation planes. I think that would be a much better option for me in terms of, I think that would be a much better option in terms of, I mean, obviously, if we wanted to take off from Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, we could use an Airbus A320neo, but I don't want to use these jets because they do take up a long time. Bro, Google lets me say him as Alpha. Well, I'm pretty sure there might be some sort of character limit, Alpha. I'm not sure, but welcome to the stream anyway. We could use a Dreamliner. I haven't figured out like how to get the autopilot and shit working on this Dreamliner, unfortunately. Because whatever the autopilot does, it just doesn't, Oh, we could go with this Daher TBM 930. Let's see, how long will the flight take us? Oh yeah, there we go. That's much more reasonable. What happens if we go high altitude airways? Okay, yeah, let's actually go low altitude airways for this. We'll go low altitude airways for this plane. It'll only take us about an hour, 2.5 hours anyways, and hopefully by then the server will be fixed. No, because it lets me do All Galactic Space Talk. Maybe someone somehow took the other name that you wanted to go for. So anyways, we're going to go from Boeing Field over to McCarran International, because this is a regular plane. I don't know if this plane actually has autopilot either. We'll have to look at that. So anyways, we are going to... what we're going to do, let's also change our flight conditions. I do want it to be pretty accurate to the real life flight, to the real life time. I'll set it to 11:45, which is about when I think we're gonna take off. It's 11:34 p.m. in my time zone right now, but so March 13th, 2021. So weather and time, there we go. Let's go clear skies for this flight. We may change the weather a little bit later. Actually, do we want to do scattered clouds? Look, hey guys, alright. So here's a question for you guys, chat. What kind of weather should we go for? We can do live weather. We're gonna do clear skies, few clouds, scattered clouds, broken clouds, high level clouds, overcast, rain, snow, or even a thunderstorm. I think it would be a good idea for us to do like rain. Try and take off in rain. I wouldn't do snow because snow kind of screws up things. I think for now we'll start with clear skies, and then whatever you guys say, I can probably switch it at the end of once we get the flight rolling. So guys, we are going to go to Las Vegas. We're going to Las Vegas for the NASCAR races. Don't judge. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. We're not going there for the NASCAR races. We're going there to gamble. We're going there to gamble our life away. Oh my goodness. But guys, I'm really looking forward to getting back into Flight Sim actually, because I was playing it for a little bit last night because I was doing some optimizations to the game. Because I was trying to figure out why the hell my game was so laggy. And it turned out that having like the weather pop up, like the weather popped out, the checklist popped out, the camera pop out. I think I had like 4 pop outs in the game. I guess you only do 4 numbers? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I still know who you are, Alpha, obviously. So yeah, hopefully everybody is doing well today. We are going to... Oh crap. Did the time not get fixed? Hold on a minute. Where's the time? Weather. Yeah, why is that at 7:46? Let's set this to 11:45. There we go. So this is what I mean right here. So having this here... See how smooth my camera panning is in the game? See how smooth it is? If I start popping out these tabs, like this weather tab, if I were to pop that out, that's going to cause some frame rate issues. But we don't want those frame rate issues. In fact, actually, let's take a look at the plane itself. Even performance while streaming is actually way better than it was before. It's not loading though? What are you talking about? Oh, actually, I'm gonna look at the instrument panel real quick to see if it does have autopilot. It looks like it does. Okay, good. We do have autopilot in this plane. That is really good news. That is some good news right there. So, let's see what kind of stuff we have. So we have heading adjust, we got the CDI. I don't really use CDI. We have our altitude selector and our vertical speed selector as well. And then our course selection. We have an STD thing. It's starting to change the name. Yeah, it's showing up as Alpha S7812 on the on the stream chat and in the chat that I have popped out here. So it's working. So yeah, let's take a look at this plane before we kick things off here. I like this plane. Actually, let's switch over to... Let's shut off the music, and then when we get in the air, I'll put on some like stream beats. Some chill stream beats music for us to relax with on stream beats. Okay, yeah, the frame rate is... Frame rate's actually really good. I'm really glad I figured out what the issue was with it, because now this game is actually playable for me. I'll have to make a video on this too, so that way I can show you guys, so that way I can show everyone what's going on with this. So what we're going to do, we're going to temporarily bring up the checklist, so that we can do, let's hop in the interior and watch the co-pilot do the inspection. Damn, that's quick.
TOS system test. Okay.
Look at all these Garmin screens.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha IFR to Las Vegas, ready to copy.
Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Take off runway 3, 2 left climb, and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.9er, squawk 7364.
Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Take off runway 3, 2 left climb, and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure on 125.9er, squawk 7364.
Alright, I was just...
Golf Sierra Alpha, read that correct. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Alright, I think we're good now. I was just waiting for them to I was just waiting for the HC stuff to stop. Let me update, seems to think 40 FPS is low, but I normally play FiveM at 15 FPS. Damn. Well, typically for me, when I'm playing FiveM, it comes with, when I play FiveM, it's usually anywhere from 40 to 60 FPS. Sometimes even 30 FPS. It just depends on what's going on. Let's start up the engine. Here, let's watch the propeller start up from right here. Start the engine right there.
Boeing ground Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha requesting pushback. Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha pushback request accepted.
Alright. Here we go, so the engine is now on. Oh man, I forgot to see if there were liveries for this thing. Alright, let's, we'll take off the parking brake. I'm not gonna worry about the checklist from here on out.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha requesting the end of pushback. Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha request to end pushback received. Boeing ground Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha with Oscar ready to taxi IFR.
Actually, we'll do the before taxi.
Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha taxi to an hold short of runway 32 left by a taxiway Bravo 6 Bravo Bravo 6 Bravo Bravo 10. Contact tower on 120.6 when ready.
Okay, alright. We're not gonna worry about the checklist anymore.
Runway 32 left using taxiway Bravo 6 Bravo Bravo 6 Bravo Bravo 10 Dover Golf Sierra Alpha.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about the rest of that checklist. I really don't give a shit about that checklist. Usually I would, but for the sake of streaming, I do want to get in the air as quickly as possible. So that way we can get this background music on, and get the autopilot going as well. So we can just chill out here for like a couple hours and just talk. And what up, Skeptical? It's been a while since I've seen you in the channel. How have you been, good sir? So yeah, we are going to... I've been doing just fine myself as well. just been chilling out a lot. Also, guys, if you guys didn't see President Joe Biden's, I know I don't really talk about politics on the stream, but I think this is really big news. If you guys didn't see Joe Biden's address to the nation the other day, it was like Thursday or something, we're almost out of this pandemic. The light at the end of the tunnel is here. Our president just predicted that we're going to have enough vaccines for all Americans by the end of May, and he's hoping we can mark our independence from this pandemic by the 4th of July. That is some really big news, so hopefully things should start going back to normal. I'm really hoping things start going back to normal. That is some big news in terms of the whole pandemic. Used to fly in Nebraska. We're actually doing a flight here from Boeing Field in Seattle, which is nearby to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. We're doing a flight from Boeing Field over to Las Vegas. I remember those days where I was out of school for 6 to 12 months. I know, it was fun. I mean, I'm waiting for my college to reopen campus. Alright. Oh, okay, that's not bad. 21,000 feet? That should be no problem for this plane. You got a hole in your left wing? Wait, where do I have the... Oh my god, I actually have a hole in both wings. Oh, I see what you're talking about. That might be some sort of, like, radar function thingamajiggy. I'm not sure. That might actually be a, that might actually be something for one of the navigation systems, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyways, we are gonna take off and let's get in the air. We're gonna feather throttle. Oh, you brought Project Car 5 months ago and finished it yesterday? Nice. I'm thinking about getting Forza Motorsport 7. Because I have Forza Horizon 4. I've done pretty much everything there is to do in that game, so I'm ready for a new Forza game. So I want to grab Forza Motorsport 7 so that I can do some like real track racing. Also, if you guys haven't already checked out Forza Horizon 4, the game is now on Steam, but I was reading some of the reviews. Unfortunately, Microsoft does not give you a way to transfer saves from the Microsoft Store version to the Steam version. Not that it affects me, of course. I'm not going to get the game on Steam. It's like, I'll be paying for the game twice, essentially. So guys, thanks everyone for tuning in here today. I haven't had this many viewers in a long time. So yeah, hopefully we can continue this trend here. Here, we're gonna throttle back just a tad. Now the frame rate is going to be a little bit choppy through here. Right, I don't think you put your landing gear up until you're a couple hundred feet just in case you fall back down. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a simulator, but I don't play it super realistically. We're going to go 75% throttle. Actually, we'll go 60. 65% throttle. So once we... So 21,000 feet, that should be no problem for this plane. Look, there you go, there you can see SeaTac Airport. And there is Boeing Field, right there. Boeing Field and SeaTac Airport. What do you expect? What do you expect on here? We're not going to land at SeaTac Airport. So we are good in the fact that this plane does have autopilot. So once we get up to like maybe 5,000 feet, I'll hop in the cab and we'll set up our flight stuff. This should be a nice long flight. If you guys do enjoy these streams, let me know so I can do more of these. We'll do flights to different parts of the United States. This could actually be something I could stream during the week too. Actually, you know, let's just start setting up our thing right here. So altitude select. So let's set it to 21,000 feet. Hang on a minute, come on. Come on, wait. Oh, here we go. There we go, so 21,000 feet. There's 21,000 feet right there. And then we'll turn our heading, select on, and we will synchronize that to our current heading, and we will do our altitude hold mode. We'll put on autopilot. There we go. Perfect. So now it's gonna hold our thing, and now we have our flight. Oh, we need to reset our altitude. Give me one moment while I set the altitude to 21,000 feet, and we'll put our vertical speed up to about 1,000, and then is our heading Proton. We'll set our heading to 128 degrees. It's not going to be entirely accurate, but it's going to work. So there we go, we are basically in the air. I'm gonna put my controller away so I don't mess with the controls. The only controls I'm really gonna need on the controller are the throttle adjustments. But look at this, we are officially in the air, everybody. Now once we get to our cruising altitude, I'm gonna put on the background music because for our initial climb up, I do want to pay attention to this. So let's we'll set our vertical speed up to 1,500 feet, and to compensate for us losing a little bit of speed, we'll give ourselves a little more throttle. We'll give ourselves 76% throttle. Actually, can we set it up to 75? Yeah, there we go. Now there will be some lag spikes in the game because it's downloading all the data needed, like all the terrain data needed for, let's actually set our thing to 130 so we can get on the line. When you go to the airport and do a nosedive at full speed in the ATC tower. No, I don't do that. I like actually flying. I don't mess around with the planes. Let's bring our heading over to 135 so we can get on so we can get on course with the line here, and then we'll set it back to 130. This plane's actually doing a really good job of holding the... Oh, look at that. Look at that view, everybody. Wow. I love that view. That is fantastic. I love it. Alright. So we're getting onto our flight line. And then we will... Okay. Let's set this thing back to 130. I believe 130 is where we 132, 131. Master caution. Wait, what's this master caution? Stall, no heat. I'll just acknowledge that caution. The plane's doing fine. We're fine.
Delta Golf, Sierra Alpha contact Seattle Center on 134.905.
134.905 Docker Golf Sierra Alpha.
But look at that view.
Seattle Center Docker Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is climbing through 9,800 feet.
Just once, come on, man. Hey, I might do that after this flight to end the stream, because we're gonna be streaming for at least the next couple hours.
Continue to India Mike Bravo as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
We're fine. Yeah, blows up. Yeah, the engine just spontaneously combusts. Alright, it looks like we're actually on the line. We're right on the dot on the line, which is perfect. So now all we really gotta do is just pay attention to that, make some corrections as needed. And we will be on our way. We are on our way to Las Vegas, everybody. Hopefully you guys are ready for some chill music once we get up to our cruising altitude. The reason why I'm not putting on the music right now is because I want to actually make sure we get to our cruising altitude just fine. But yeah, it looks like we're right on the dollar with our yeah, we're right on the line with our plane. I'm actually surprised we're right on the line. I think that's really cool how we actually made it onto the line. But look at this. I love this plane. You might not be able to tell, but I actually do love this plane. It's sort of like, it's in between the fast planes and the like really, like the big commercial jets and like the whole private jet type thing. It is a turboprop, don't get me wrong, but I mean, look at the speed we're doing. We're doing 185.5 knots, it looks like. This plane is actually doing it, handling this flight really well. I do enjoy this flight. This is a really good flight, and I do like it. Let's hop in the cab again. Oh, we're going off our little flight path, it looks like. We'll adjust our heading by 2 degrees. That should help us get back on the line. So it looks like this flight will be mainly us just trying to keep the plane on the flight path. But other than that, it should be pretty good. In fact, I think we're going to pass Mount St. Helens. Yeah, I think this might... Oh. Game's lagging. Oh god. Alright, back in the cab we go. Why is the game lagging so bad? We were doing just fine, and then the game just started lagging like all hell. Let me tab out and tab back in. Yeah, we were doing just fine, and now the game is just... It looks like a Microsoft PowerPoint now. I think it might be because of this mountain that we're flying past. I think once we get past this mountain, our frame rate should stabilize a little bit. Or if it continues for the next... If it continues after this mountain, I'll give it until the mountain passes. But if we're still lagging, it's something with the game. In fact, if we go into our pause menu... Oh yeah, it's laggy in the pause menu too. Something is not right. Let me show off the game capture real quick. Hold on, what happened to Task Manager? Let me check Task Manager real quick. Is it suddenly using 100% of system resources? No? Let's just wait until we get past the, Let's just wait until we get past this mountain. And see if it wants to fix itself, because this is not right. We were doing just fine until before we hit the mountain. I think it's the mountain just causing a bunch of frame rate loss. I'm sure... You know, hold on, let me try something. No, it's not the mountain. It might actually be the mountain just because the game has simply rendered it in. But we'll see. If it continues after the mountain, then we may have to restart the game, unfortunately. But that is a weird... This is a weird glitch. I've never seen this before. We were doing just fine with the frame rate, and then all of a sudden it just turned into a slideshow. It might just be my, I wonder if it's my GPU thermal throttling. No, I don't think it's that. My computer's got some pretty good cooling. But yeah, we'll just wait till we get past this mountain, and I'm sure everything will be fine. I think that it's just this mountainous terrain that's causing the issue. And that mountain right there. Hold on. We'll wait until we get past the mountain, but if it's still an issue, we may just have to restart the game itself and try this flight again. This time taking off from an airport after the mountain. I mean, we should be fine, I hope, but... Oh, come on, I hate this lag. I can't even... Oh, there we go. Alright, game's back to normal. I don't know what was happening there. Good news is the game's back to normal, so we're good. I thought it was the mountain, but it was apparently not. But yeah, we're good again. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was some poor texture, poor building data that was back in the city. I have no idea what it is. But the frame rate's back to normal, so we're good. Alright, now let's take a look at the thing. Alright, we're going off our path again. We're gonna go back to 130. Actually, let's go 131 for our heading. But there we go. This is so much better. So look at this, the camera actually runs very smooth now. Hello, Zoid. was looking at the chat because I hadn't seen you. Sort of forgot I had this open in the background. Hey, what up, Jacob?
Charter Golf, Sierra Alpha climb, and maintain flight level 210.
Yep, we're already going to 120.
Climb and maintain flight level
Look at that.
Tower Golf Sierra
That is not Mountain St. Helens right there. It is causing some frame rate issues, but I think once we get past it, we'll be fine. Look at this view. This is one really nice view, I gotta say, guys. Just waiting for BCSO to call. Wait, is the server fixed now? Because last I heard there was some issues with the server. Oh god, what is happening to the plane? Yeah, last I heard the server was having issues. Which is why I'm coming on here and streaming some Flight Sim. Yeah, cause I'm gonna wait until the server is 100% fixed before I get on to do a patrol and let alone stream on the server, simply because I want to give my viewers the best possible BCSO experience without them having to be BCSO. You know how much I want Microsoft Flight Sim? How much? Alright, so once we get to our looks like we're getting to our cruising altitude right now, actually. A lot. I know, it is fun. I love it. I just love looking at the scenery. It's so beautiful. I love the scenery. I don't know what it is about Microsoft 2020, but it takes so long to download. I know. I wish Microsoft just said, hey, just download everything entirely and then do the decompressing. Because with the game right now, the way it works is you download the game, and as the game will download the files, it will decompress the files that it has downloaded. It doesn't wait till the files are all downloaded before decompressing them. Which I think that's one of the issues with it. Oh look, there's Mount St. Helens. I think that's it right over there. I already left it on one whole night and then froze the download. Yeah, I know. A lot of I remember reading a lot of the reviews on Steam at first. Some people were having problems with downloading the game itself with the download freezing. I personally didn't have any issues downloading it, surprisingly. It might have to do with some people having slower network connections than me. Alright, we're gonna back off the throttle a little bit. We'll go down to 60. We'll go to 55% throttle. Actually, we'll go 60% throttle. Well, 59% works. We might drop down the throttle just a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, once you get the game working, It is so beautiful. I love it. This game is absolutely breathtaking. Like, look at this. This isn't maxed out by any means because my computer can't handle maxing out the game, but this game, with the way it's running right now, it is absolutely beautiful. I love the way this game looks. It literally looks like real life. It literally looks like you're flying a plane in real life. That's how good the graphics are on this game. I love the way this game handles things. It's absolutely amazing. I do like it. I'm just gonna try and load it up now. Yeah, hopefully it works for you because it is well worth the wait. As long as it takes for it to download, it is well worth the wait. Yeah, see what happens. Yep.
132.6 Tower Golf Sierra Alpha. Seattle Center Donner Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha flight level 210. Donner Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Seattle Center continue to India Mike Bravo as planned.
So how are we on the flight path? Oh, we're off the flight path a little bit. We'll turn our heading to 133 degrees. I've never been to the US of A. What up, McLovin? Well, this is the... This is what the state of Washington looks like. It looks stunning. This whole game world looks stunning. I just love it. Yet the summers in most of the United States is pretty good. But I do love this game. Yeah, you can't because of the whole coronavirus, I would think. Or you just don't have the money to. I mean, if it helps, I am in the Pacific time zone, so... Alright, so we are getting back on course. Author reasons there? What reasons? Oh, you need to save up for 2 years? Wow. Well, yeah, and I believe y'all also need to get a passport. It's loading. Nice. If it fully loads for you, you definitely gotta have some good... Here we go. We'll go 131 degrees of rotation. Or 131 degree making. Shut up, Nightbot. Hey, don't tell Nightbot to shut up or else he'll mute you. I know Nightbot's a little sketchy. Nightbot's a little weird like that. It likes timing out people for like minimal caps. I'm pretty sure we can adjust that in the Nightbot settings though. I might have to look into doing that. To where it's like certain amounts of characters will get timed out. But yeah, Alpha, you didn't need to repost that. I did see that message. Well, if there wasn't Nightbot, that chat would be in this. Yeah, it would. With Nightbot, without Nightbot, that chat would be a total shit show. Which is why we have Nightbot to begin with. $71 gigs left. Nice. Gotta love it. I mean, I remember when I first downloaded the game, it was only like a 91 gig initial download. But with my fast internet, I was able to get it done in about 2.5 hours. Which is not that bad, quite frankly. That's really... I mean, if you had much faster internet, then yes, you would be able to... You would be able to get in the game so much quicker, but... Don't you really need a really good graphics card for Flight Sim? Yeah, if you want to run it on the maximum detail, but I'm running on the 2070 Super, and this is pretty playable with the settings I have set on it. We have Charter Spectrum internet. It's about 115 megabits down and about 12 up, which is actually, it's enough for me to be able to play all my games and download stuff in reasonable amounts of time. So but I mean, you're not going to run this game on full detail with a moderately spec rig like mine. I have been looking into, Alright, well thanks for stopping by, Alpha. Hopefully I'll see you a little later. I have been looking into getting a new CPU for my system more recently. Trying to get a 2070 Ti next year unless the 3000 hopefully next year the 3000 series will be cheaper because I was talking about this earlier, at least here in the States things should start getting back to normal in the second half of the year, because now that we got a bunch of vaccines out here, we basically have enough to vaccinate every single adult by the end of May. And we're hoping to mark our independence from the virus on Independence Day, which is the 4th of July. Here, should we move the chat a little bit? I want to find somewhere where the chat isn't going to be obstructed by any game that I play, so let me just look at the chat box plus frame. I think for now we'll put it right here with where Flight Sim actually is. There we go. That looks a lot better. UK is probably going to slide back to normal in autumn. Yeah, I mean, it all just depends on how your governments do everything. Put it right below Foreign Gaming Sign. Yeah, the logo, I did do that. That's actually, yeah, we'll stick with that positioning for a little bit. so that way you guys can see like the flaps, trim, altitude, and vertical speed data. Not that it really matters much, but just in case. So we are running at about half throttle. Actually, it's technically 60% throttle. It's a stupid way to just shut down the borders. I mean, quite frankly, you could have had a president who literally did nothing to stop the coronavirus from spreading here in the States. Yeah, essentials only allowed? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of dumb how most countries handled the pandemic. I mean, Taiwan, they knew what they had to do, and they were able to actually have some music festivals. Taiwan was able to have some music festivals earlier this year, at the end of last year. They were able to have Road to Ultra Taiwan, and some hardstyle DJs were also able to have some events over there too. Yeah, New Zealand, yeah, there's countries that have done great, but then you have countries like the United States and the UK and all that. 16.9 megabits, my Wi-Fi sucks. Oh my god, yes, yeah, that is some... That's not the greatest speeds. That is nowhere near. Yeah, fiber internet is actually surfacing as well. The orange guy didn't do too great. Yeah, no, he didn't. He saw the COVID cases and he literally did nothing about them. You know what would be kind of funny is if Flight Radar was able to connect up with Microsoft Flight Sim, and you could literally track your flight on Flight Radar 24. That would actually be really cool. It's like my flight that I'm doing right here in Flight Sim. If you were able to connect to, if it was able to connect to the Flight Radar 24 services, you could track your own flight as it's going down to Las Vegas. You guys could literally track this flight to see where it's going down in Las Vegas. That would be really cool. He literally called it the China virus. Yeah, he did call it the China virus. He made it clear he didn't give a shit about the coronavirus. And he followed through with that claim. He just... Here, let's change the weather a little bit. Let's see, I want to see what happens if I change the weather to high-level clouds. Oh. That's exactly what it is, high-level clouds. Is it in-game hours? It's real-life hours in Flight Sim. So this flight was estimated it would take us about 2 hours, 20 minutes. It's going to take 2 hours, 20 minutes in real life to get this flight done. It would be less if I took that one jet, but I think this plane would have been much better. Oh yeah, we could do a sunset flight. We'll probably set to sunset as we come in for landing, most likely. I want to see. How about scattered clouds? Whoa. Okay, that is cool. Look at what it's done to our, Okay, that is cool. Yeah, let's run with these scattered clouds. I like these scattered clouds. Look at how fluffy they look. I love these clouds. They're amazing. I love these clouds. They are. We're gonna go to 132 degrees heading. Haven't even downloaded 1 gig. Oh, wow. But look at this. These clouds look amazing. They're so fluffy and beautiful. I love them. We're about to fly through a cloud right now. Here's hoping we don't die. Goodbye, world. Ooh, yeah. Whoa. That's frost. Oh, that's cool. The windows are actually frosting up. You guys see that? This is one of the features I like about Flight Sim. The windows will actually frost up when you're at higher altitudes because of the cold. Here. Actually, let's try well, they're forming. Those clouds are underage. I see you're making a joke there. Anyways, let's try broken clouds. Ooh. So broken clouds are at lower. Broken clouds are. Okay.
Going to 132.6.
$50 for 200 megabytes. Yeah, that's not bad. That'll be so much better than your current internet that you have. What do you guys think? Do you like these broken clouds, or here? Do you like these broken clouds, or did you like the scattered clouds a little bit better? Oh god, what is happening to my plane? Looks like it's a little windy up here, actually. Yeah, the broken clouds look nice. We could also set it to full overcast. Oh. Okay. Full overcast? What? Wow. Okay. Rained and rain stops near Vegas? Yeah, let's see what happens with rain. Oh. Oh wait, hold on. I want to show you guys something. Storm. Let's look at this. We should be able to see some lightning here. I'm going to adjust the heading. No, we'll go back to 133 degrees. Yeah, see, watch. We should be able to see some lightning from these clouds here in a moment. Yep. Quite frankly, I think we should have gone with the jet, so we could have flown through the storm and out into the storm. I mean, I'm surprised this plane's even flying in these conditions. You know what, we'll just set it back to scattered clouds. Dare you to dive bomb into a farmer's garden? No, we're doing this flight legit, everybody. We're not gonna crash at all. Yeah, we're not gonna crash. We're gonna do this flight legitly. I do like these clouds, though. I do like these clouds. These clouds are so fluffy. The clouds do look really nice. I do like them. Let's see, what kind of weather, what other weather options can we go for? Why are you not streaming BCSO as much? Well, the main reason for that is my dad's been pretty busy with working at home recently. He's had a lot of meetings. Yeah, he's had a lot of meetings and stuff, so when he does that, he needs as much internet as possible, and he needs me to be quiet for him, so... And that's mainly why I'm not streaming BCSO as much. BCSO streams may just be restricted to like, the weekends. At least until he goes back to the office, and then I'll bring back the weekday streams. What's few clouds? Oh, that's exactly what it is, few clouds. We'll go scattered again. I like the scattered clouds. Sometimes we fly through them, which is neat. Okay, there we go. It is Saturday. Well, and I'm waiting. Right now, I am waiting for the server to fix itself. It's having some issues. I do like these clouds, though. These clouds are really nice. Surprisingly, my downloads are going a bit faster. Oh, wow. I think the internet gods like you. The internet gods like you all of a sudden, Zoid. You use Virgin Wi-Fi? I would make a joke about that, but I don't want to. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about it, but I decided against it, because... reasons. Alright. I think 134 degree heading should work. Sounds weird, but it's actually real. Yeah, I know, we actually had an airline here in the United States called Virgin America. Before they were bought out by Alaska Airlines. It sounds weird, but I mean, I don't know who even came up with that name in the first place. That's what I want to know. I feel like Jordan gets pissed off when I call him a virgin. Oh, wow. He might. I don't know. You have to ask him if he is, because if he is, then you might not want to make that joke anymore. It's all in my room. Hey, my computer room gets pretty warm when I'm playing these these hard to run games. Ooh, we're gonna be. That's just Virginia T. Oh God. I know what you meant, but I just said that for stream purposes. Well, not everyone's the same. Not everyone's the same, McLovin. Not everyone takes it the same way, so... Yeah, but you can kind of see the frost forming on the windows outside here. That's the only game that looks real. Yeah, it is. I really like it. This is why I like these flight simulators. This is why I like playing this flight simulator. Not only does it have controller support, but it has the graphics that make it look so realistic. Like, if I was playing this in VR, okay, let me rephrase that. Let me try saying that again. So, if I was playing this game in VR, I would actually feel like I was the pilot of this plane. It's that realistic. Battlefield 5 looks really good. Hey, nothing's gonna top Flight Simulator. This game looks so good, and a lot of people like playing it. There's a reason why this game is so popular, McLovin. There's 100% a reason why this game is so popular. Yeah, I do play with a controller. I don't have a full-on flight sim setup. I mean, if I were to get some like a flight stick or something like that, I would probably get one of those that kind of looks like this type of one, so I can hold it with both hands. Battlefield 5 looks really good. Always breaks randomly. Yeah, I know a lot of these games. I mean, with Microsoft Flight Sim, yes, it does have its fair share of bugs, but I mean, it's not bugs that like critically break the game. I mean, if it is a bug that does break the game, it's likely to be fixed by the developers instantly, and that's what I like about the people who make this game. I heard playing with the controller sucks. It's actually not that bad in this game. I heard playing with the controller sucks. You don't have a wheel. But yeah, playing with controller on this game is actually no problem. It's really good. Alright, here we go. We're about to fly into some big clouds. We're about to fly into this big ass fluffy cloud. I am a fluffy cloud. I am a fluffy cloud. I just stole that from Cars 3. Don't judge. This plane is about to become a fluffy cloud. Look at it. This plane is about to turn into a fluffy cloud. I love it. But here we go, guys. We're about to fly through a cloud. Here. Alright, here, let's go into the cabin view and watch this. How long have you been on the flight? I think we've been in this flight for about 45 and we are in the cloud. I repeat, we are in the cloud.
128.15 for Denver Golf Sierra Alpha. Seattle Center Denver Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha flight level 210.
I know a lot about America. Yeah, I mean NASCAR is pretty big here in America. In fact, the Phoenix race is tomorrow. That's where we should have flown. We should have flew down to Phoenix in Arizona. Okay, let's adjust our heading down to 137 degrees. Actually, let's go to 140. We'll do 140 degrees, but... Oh, come on, plane. We'll go to 45 then. More aggressive. Hey, what up, X-Man? Welcome. Actually, yeah, let's go to... We'll bring it down to 143. So we can get on the, Okay, wait, are we... Let's go to 145 degrees of rotation. Hey, what up, Colby M? This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. It's the latest version of the very popular Microsoft Flight Simulator series. We are currently doing a flight here from Boeing Field in Seattle down to Las Vegas. Yes, we're going to gamble. Don't judge. Also, for those of you guys who are just joining and you're from Code Zero, don't worry guys. Once the Code Zero RP server is fixed, I will be doing a police patrol if you guys are interested in tuning in for that. I just want to wait until the server is 100% fixed before I consider getting on the server. Cool, I like to travel in the US on HES. Nice! Actually, yeah, let's go back to 140 degrees of rotation. Or, 140. We'll go back to... Actually, let's set it to 142. Okay, that's cool. So everything you can do on the screens in the cockpit. That is really good. I do like those. Right. How are we doing on this? Oh, we're still moving away. Let's go to 43. ETA 2240 UTC. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim, for those of you guys who don't know what it is, Microsoft Flight Sim is, in a word, the best looking flight simulator game out right now. I know there's plenty of other flight sims, but no other flight sim comes close to the realism that you can get with this particular flight simulator. This game is unmatchable. It is legitimately unmatchable. What you get out of this game is so much more than you can get out of any other game. Downloading a Sobel Airport, download Frozen. Oof. You might have to look up some forums on that, because a lot of people have had that issue, Zoid. There, but that's the best we're going to be able to do to get back on our flight line. I mean, as long as we're at least somewhat following the flight line, we should be good. But while that's going, I'm actually going to look at the, Was he now? Oh, you fixed it though? Alright, well that's good. Because I was just looking up some potential solutions for you there, Zoid. I was just hoping to see, I was gonna try helping you out with that, but it looks like you got it fixed though. Because it's the initial download that keeps on freezing for you, right? Alright, how are we doing on the flight path? Oh, we're actually staying right on the flight path. Yeah, we're sitting right by the flight path. Yeah, you might have to look up some forums that talk about that, because a lot of people have had that issue in the past. Personally, I haven't had that issue before, but a lot of people have. I mean, this game had a pretty rough launch, but for what it is, I think it's really good. I downloaded the launcher, but the installation manager froze. Yeah. See, that's why I don't like how Microsoft forces you to download their launcher to go through it. Why can't they just have an actual, like, installer? Like a traditional installer, or like something where, like, Steam downloads everything. Someone fly from Britain to Australia? That would be a long flight. If I did that flight, I would probably have to take one of those Boeing jetliners. They literally own the Microsoft Store. I know, but why can't they just have it be a traditional installer? Not like the in-game one that we have to deal with every time there's an update. Why can't it simply be one of those traditional installers? They want to make their own download launcher? Well, obviously their own download launcher is bugged, so... I mean, there's really not much you can do about that. Are you doing a CZRP stream? I'm gonna be doing one later once the server is fixed. I'm waiting for the all clear that the server is actually fixed before I get on. If anything, I may just wait till tomorrow to do a stream on Code Zero, because whatever the issue is, it's something that's causing a lot of people to time out a lot. Going through these clouds is kind of messing with the plane a little bit. It's up now? Yeah, what up, Gavin? Welcome. Well, Scotland to Australia would take around 24 hours. Yeah, I'm not staying up for 24 hours just to do one of those, just to do a long flight like that. No, we're in Salt Lake City, Utah.
128.0 flight, Docker Golf Sierra.
Yeah, I'm really glad I figured out the issues with this game, because now it runs perfectly fine. It's really playable. I mean, aside from that hiccup we had when we were leaving Seattle, this plane is actually Doing really, really well. You just tab out midway through the flight? Why? I mean, you can tab out, no problem. See, like, I just tabbed into Discord and I'm looking at Discord and the flight's still going. It doesn't have some sort of automatic pause screen when you tab out. I'm pretty sure that's an option you can change, though. I'm not sure, though. Found this gaming Wi-Fi company called RCN has a 200 megabits for 36 minutes. I never heard of it. Ooh, that's not bad. I mean, you're getting the same amount of speed for cheaper money, but... I think it's... For me, the Wi-Fi I have right now is perfect. I'm able to stream so that you could sleep. Well, I mean, then again, the heading, I have to be on here so I can actually do the heading. See, the thing is, I gotta be messing with this heading thing to make sure my plane is still on the line right here. You see that? And even then, I wouldn't leave my computer on overnight with the stream going and this game going. That's just not how I play the game. But hey, the plane's doing just fine. I do like the way this plane is. But look at this view. Oh my god, look at all that farmland down there. Look at all this farmland. I love how we're just chilling at 21,000 feet. We're doing absolutely nothing but taking in the sights. I love it. This is why I love Flight Sim. You can literally just set your flight to autopilot and just not give a shit. Because they said like your bedtime and wake up and land the plane for refueling. And also that you can land at your bedtime the next day. Maybe. I don't know. See, the problem is I have to be at here, because like I just said, this heading control, I like to make sure that the plane is somewhat on the line. So... I mean, if the server is up and running, we can try and do a patrol, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying this flight. So what do you guys think? Let's do a little poll. So would you guys like to continue seeing this flight, or would you rather see a police patrol from me? In fact, James is actually calling me, so I'm gonna probably wrap up this stream. Actually, let's have him join in on the call. Hello, say hi to YouTube. I am live.
Oh, yeah, you told me to call you when I got the computer.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to call you on Snapchat, so you can like see it.
Yeah, that's why the thing is. You can just send me some pictures there if you want.
Okie dokie then.
Yes. So yeah, for those of you guys who are unaware of what's going on with James, he is actually
Drugs.
What?
Drugs.
Yeah, no, not that. But
Drugs are bad, kids. Don't do drugs unless you're me.
oh god, no. But anyways, so James ordered a new PC from Origin PC last month, and they've been having a shit ton of delays with it, but it's finally here.
Reggie. I'm booting it up for the first time, but I'm plugging in my mouse and keyboard and stuff so I can actually like control what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I haven't even moved my old computer out yet.
So I did a poll with people. Code Zero RP has been having some issues with the server lately, today, with like timing out, and someone said in chat that it's fixed. So I'm doing a poll here, and whether people would want to see me continue to do this flight I'm doing in Flight Sim, or if they wanted to see me switch over to some police stuff on Code Zero. And a lot of people, one says stay on the flight, and then two other people are saying do some police stuff. I mean, this is a good flight. I mean, it will probably, if anything, we could just redo this flight with that one jet, with the Cessna Citation. We could probably just do that later on for like a nighttime stream, maybe.
Oh my God, Ford, this thing is beautiful.
And yeah, I mean, the performance of it should be really good too. I mean, hell, you got a freaking 12-core CPU in there.
Oh my lily white goodness gracious. This thing, it's so quiet. It's, oh my God.
Well, your dog's not being quiet though.
I know, I can't control them. Oh my God.
Is James high on acid? He might be, actually.
Am I what?
McLovin in my chat is asking you if you're high on acid.
I am not high on acid. I am high on the fact that I finally have this fucking computer.
Yeah, so basically, for those of you guys, I know I just said this, but to give a little more background on it. So last month, like around what time was it that it's been like exactly a month since you ordered it? Like when did you order it?
So basically, I ordered it at the beginning of February, and it's been a very long and tedious wait on everything. Just basically because it was going to take 2 to 3 weeks anyway, and they did tell me that. But basically, what happened is they kept having COVID outbreaks in their warehouse, and they kept having problems with the warehouse. So it took 4 weeks for them to try to get the parts from the Origin warehouse. And they finally did, and so they were able to build it and ship it. I got an email on Monday that it was in assembly, and then I got an email on Wednesday that it was shipped. That they shipped it out, and then 3 days later I received it. So
yeah, and what's funny about that is, so when James, you were talking to me the other night, when you said you got the email earlier today, you thought it was going to be coming sometime next week, but boom, it just shows up today.
I can't believe how much colors I can, because basically I kind of splurge a little bit too much. Basically, this computer, I'm able to make almost any. So there are 6 Corsair fans, 3 of which are attached to my H100 intercooler. 2 are on the top of the case, 1 is the back, and then I have 232 gigs of. Or 216 gigs, excuse me, of Dominator RAM, and I have a Corsair water cooler on the processor. Everything is controlled by iCUE software.
Yeah.
And there are actual LEDs inside the computer that didn't turn on when I first launched the computer, but it's probably because it's something I have to set up in Corsair.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of struggling
Yeah.
because it's not, because like I said, I haven't moved the other computer out yet. Come on. So I gotta try to make this smaller. Come on.
Okay, so
Just go to-
McLovin, to answer your two questions, for the first one, you could say it's a pre-built, but with the way Origin PC does it,
It's not. It's not. It's so it's basically. I understand a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's pre-built. It's pre-built." It's actually not, because I changed everything in the computer. What defines a pre-built is something where you go to a website and you buy it as is, and you're not allowed to make any changes to it. This computer, I was able to choose all the parts that went into it. I had professional engineers build the computer and test it because of the fact that I neither had the time nor the
patience.
neither the time, patience, or the energy to really do everything that this computer has. I mean, it's got water cooling, fans up the wazoo, and stuff that I just wouldn't want to monkey with.
Yeah. So that's your first question. And the second one, James can answer better, but I think it was like $3,000 in total.
We're not talking about the price.
Yeah, because McLovin wanted to know that.
I have, yeah, it was 33 something. And basically that's with all the, that's for the work and everything, and it was free shipping. So I have 6 LED ports on this thing, and I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to sit here and monkey with all of it.
Yep. But I mean, the specs are the specs are crazy on it.
The specs are a little overpowered.
Yeah, he's got a 12-core
We ain't
AMD Ryzen 9 in his computer. Like, 12 cores, like... I mean,
12 cores is a lot.
yeah, 12 cores is a lot. You're able to do a lot with that, and you should have no problem running 5M on that machine.
I should have no problem running basically anything.
Yes.
Basically, it's got all 20, and basically the reason it would cost so much, it's got a 3060 Ti, it's got a brand new 2020 brand new 2020 graphics card in it, a brand new 2019-2020, I don't really know which year it came out, 5900X, and brand new motherboard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So all the parts inside the computer are so expensive because of both the demand of them being brand new parts and just it being brand new technology.
Yeah. So that's basically what's going on with that. I mean, for what it is, that computer is pretty damn good.
Okay, there we go. I got a little concerned because I couldn't get something out. Basically, for the amount that the computer was, it's about, maybe it's like $300 more, $300 or $400 more than what I would have spent to build it myself. But it's comforting to know that I had professionals build it. And not only did they build it, they tested it and they inspected it 3 times, they tested it twice. They basically the Origin process is they receive the part, or they receive the list of what you want. They have engineers look at it and they make sure that there's no, overlaps, there's no issues with the configuration. They then order the parts and they build it. Everything is done. It looks professional. It looks beautiful. And then it gets inspected by a supervisor, basically. Then it goes to general testing, where they basically hook everything up, make sure that all the ports work, make sure all the processor's running how it's supposed to be, the fans are running how it's supposed to be. Then it gets inspected again to make sure that there's nothing broke and that everything's up to what they want it to be. And then it goes to real testing, where they basically they top out everything. They top out the processor, they top out the graphics card, and they basically see and watch the computer.
Yeah.
If anything along the line fails, it stops right there. They back it up, they fix it, replace it, and it goes over that entire assembly again. So for the price that you pay for the work that they do, this is a really good computer.
Yeah, and you can tell
And-
Origin PC is one of those companies that they really care about the PCs that they're building. Like, you can go to any PC builder and they'll just straight build the computer, but they won't go to the depths that Origin PC does. That's why I've been looking at Origin PC computers too for some reason. But quite frankly, I don't feel like I would need to get a new computer anytime soon. If anything, I could just upgrade the processor in this one, because I know how to do it, obviously.
I mean, basically the reason that I wanted to do a complete upgrade on my computer is both because of the fact that I wanted water cooling, because it's quieter, more efficient, and it's just overall better.
Yeah.
For what you're doing. And basically because I just, again, didn't have the time to do all of this stuff myself, otherwise I would have. And before anybody starts going, oh my god, I can't believe you bought a computer from a company, you were overcharged, yada yada yada. I know exactly how much all the parts cost in this computer. I priced it out like 5 times. I know exactly how much it costs, I know exactly how much I paid them, and everything. What I got is an amazing machine that's going to do more, that has the capability of doing way more than what I will ever need it to do.
Yeah.
But basically now, for instance, I can run something like Flight Sim and not really have any problem, not have any general problem, because Flight Sim is a very demanding game. Microsoft even said in their announcement, this is one of the most demanding games that we've produced in a long time. I mean, it's, you know, with what it is, it's very, very demanding.
Yeah. I mean, I turned down a lot of the settings last night, and for my system, so that way you could even have a chance of running this. And I also found that whenever so I'll explain this again for those of you guys who don't know about this and who are currently downloading the game. So if you want to save your frame rates, yeah, if you want to save your frame rates from absolutely tanking, any of these menus, like for example, if I pull up the weather one, if you pop these out of the game, it will kill your Flight Sim frame rate. So if you want to make any changes to your weather, keep this in here and only keep it in the game and only open it up when you actually need it. Because having it open all the time is going to have a negative impact on your frame rate. But
I'm currently swapping the power cable because the one that they gave me is like a foot longer.
I've asked my parents so much questions, I've ran out of questions. Gotta love it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like, basically, like I'm down for answering as many questions as anybody that's watching this post or live.
Yeah, this is
I don't
live.
mind asking
Yeah.
questions or answering questions.
Yeah, so if you guys are
I mean,
watching,
obviously it's
so
not
yeah, sorry, Brennan, but so if you guys are watching this,
fucking shit.
if you guys are watching the archive of this and you have any questions for James, leave them down in the comment section down below, and I will pass them on to James. And next time, him and I are on a live stream together, he will likely answer those questions. Or he could just go onto YouTube himself and answer the questions in a reply to your comment.
Well, if they're friends with you on Discord or something, or if you have your Discord open, name's on the Discord, so.
Yeah, you could also just message me the questions on Discord, or you can message him those questions straight up as well.
Oh my god! So, it will never be this clean again. Not that I don't take care of my computer, because I always did. It's just I have 3 dogs.
I mean,
and
yeah, and I mean,
dog.
there's just something about getting a new computer that just makes you so exhilarated.
And it was safe for the Peelies.
Oh yeah, I love the Peelies on the new computers.
Yeah, it's got a beautiful tempered glass side, so you can see the entire side of the computer as it's working.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, and it came with a, you know, like if you order a new phone, the glass has a plastic film on it. I can't find.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, with your computer you have now, you should be able to run Flight Sim no problem as well. I mean, I'm able to run it with playable frame rates after turning down settings, but keep in mind, if you have to turn down settings, do it, because the graphical settings don't change that much about the game.
Certain games they do.
Certain games they do, but for Flight Sim, I couldn't even notice a difference.
Yeah, and it is the grade at which you're changing. So basically, my old machine, basically, if I reinstalled GTA on my old machine, and I launched it, it would automatically set all of the settings, or at least most of them, to high, because the old machine it has a lot of cores and it has a good processor in it. But the problem is that like that computer cannot keep up with that good a quality at 60 frames. So I reduced most of them, mostly the texture detail, I reduced from high to medium, and you notice a very drastic change. But it's usually, if the game has first person, but 90% of the game is like a third person related. You know, basically like how GTA is on the new consoles, or next gen really. Basically, you have first person, but it's not commonly used all the time. The game is more specifically designed to be third person, because that's how it originally came out. So a lot of those first person things, you know, such as the dials in a car or the sights down a gun, are going to look drastically different when you reduce the graphics. Versus if you reduce the graphics on a on a game like Call of Duty, you would not notice it as much, because Call of Duty is an ADS game. You know, an down site.
Yeah.
I'm actually cleaning the table right now that I put my computer on, because it was very dusty. Okay. I gotta hook everything up.
My Wi-Fi is still being slow. I've only downloaded 5.3 gigs. Yeah, you still got a long way to go, Zoid, on your Flight Sim installation.
And it's actually surprising. This machine is significantly smaller. It's because my old machine is a good like 2.5 feet maybe tall or long.
Yeah.
Maybe a good 18-20 inches. This one is literally like a foot and a half. It's a lot.
So I mean, you're getting more performance, but in a smaller package.
Yeah, because basically there's less room inside the case. Now I can expand. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can do a double graphics card in this.
Well, I mean, then again, NVIDIA basically killed SLI.
Actually, no, I might be able to. I think I have a PCIe Express that fits the graphics card.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no reason to double your graphics card unless the performance that you're getting is not what you need, or, you know, a lot of people will double graphics cards or stack them, as what it's called, for when they're doing, like, Bitcoin mining. That's a really big
Yeah, the Bitcoin mining, that's basically the only reason SLI still exists. Or that's basically the only reason you would need multiple graphics cards. Because nowadays graphics cards are simply so fast that there's really no reason to have multiple graphics cards if you're using them for gaming.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. I saw somebody selling a look, this is HDMI. Can't plug a DisplayPort into an HDMI, dumbass. It's actually ironic, because I was, obviously I was trying to sell my old machine. It's not really selling, which is fine, because it's going to get turned into a streaming rig anyway. But it was actually really surprising, because I saw somebody who listed basically a Bitcoin miner, but it was not designed for Bitcoin mining when it was built. It was built basically to be a server. It was a server. So it had like 20 graphics cards on it, and they were like 2 columns wide and like stacked 10 high. But you know, the guy's like, yeah, I build basically server miners, you know, that kind of stuff for companies.
Yeah.
This is Corsair, so this has to go into 3.0. And I actually am very surprised. I have 5 USB 3.0 ports, 4 USB 2.0s, 1 BIOS USB, which I think is basically USB 3, and then I have 2 USB 3.1, which was actually quite surprising to have any 3.1.
Yeah.
Because basically, to me, I didn't even know 3.1 basically existed. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. And Colby, to answer your question, yeah, there are a couple, there's 3 commercial planes in there. You got the Airbus A320, you have a Boeing 747, and a 787 Dreamliner.
Dude, I know you don't. Is this? Oh, this might be for the model. No, that's not Corsair. I don't know how much you care, because you might not, because it's stocks. But the Boeing stocks, I think they've been going down a lot because there's been a lot of issues with the 737.
Yeah, the 737 MAX 8s because they got grounded for their MCAS software.
That was a little concerning.
Yeah, that was a little concerning, but they've recertified the MAX 8, so.
No, yeah, I saw that. They've been doing a lot of work on them. But no, that's not what I was talking about being concerning. There was like a little dirt spot on the power cord to the computer, and I don't know if that was. I mean, I had it out in the garage, but like I only took it out of the box just now. But it might have like hit some dust or something. But anyway.
Oh yeah, and here's another thing about the we forgot to mention this earlier about the Origin stuff. So, when you buy a computer from Origin, they don't send it to you in a package. They send it to you in a fucking crate.
Actually, I do have an interesting story about that. So basically, you were correct. It is a crate. But basically, it's a crate on the outside. The inside is a cardboard box that has big pieces of foam on the top and the bottom, and then inside the computer they have what's called shipping foam. So basically, it's a big piece of styrofoam that's in a bag, so the styrofoam doesn't get into the fans and stuff, and they put that in the computer, so it keeps, because your graphics card is always free-flowing. The only mounts are at the back, so basically the rest of your graphics card is free-flowing. So they put that under the graphics card, so the back graphics card has something, to cushion it. But when I got it, the crate was completely taped up. Basically, it will not leave the facility like that. They build the crate at the facility and then put the computer in it and close it, and it was held shut with Phillips head screws and big 2-inch staples, huge staples. But basically, the reason that the crate can fall apart in transit just because it's hitting, being moved and stuff like that. And it was taped by UPS because it was shipped here by UPS. But the computer is completely fine. I did boot it up to make sure. But I mean that happens because you get boxes from Amazon and they're destroyed sometimes, and that's just basic. It's basically because of the transit.
Yeah. And Colby, to answer your question about the flight sim stuff, this is realistic flight time. So if you do a flight in the game that would take like 6 hours in real life to do, it'll take you 6 hours in this game to do as well.
Really? Oh my god.
Yep.
I actually feel really awkward plugging in because I have a studio mic and I have a mixer, and it feels so weird plugging in this older stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy a new mount for my microphone though, because the one that I have is kind of shot. But it was a cheaper. It was a cheapo because the one that I bought. So basically, I bought 2. I bought one that was $85 because it didn't have springs. So it didn't have springs on the outside. It had coils on the joints to help hold it up. But when I got it, my stupid ass, I opened it up all the way and I was like, why the fuck is it extending all the way? It's supposed to be you move it and it stays there. You move it down more, it stays there. Up, it will not shift. So my stupid ass started taking it apart, thinking, oh, maybe the coils fucked up or something. No, that's how it's supposed to be. And then I read the instructions on the Amazon purchase, and it said it will fully extend until you put a microphone on it. When you put a microphone on it, the weight will keep it where you need it. And I didn't know that, and I had destroyed the thing, so I couldn't really return it, so I had to just bite the money, and then I had to buy a cheap one. Basically because I needed one. Shit. They sent me a thumb drive, but I think the thumb drive.
Yeah, I think the thumb drive is just for oh, what am I thinking of?
Flash Voyager Slider 1. Oh, it's a 32 gig thumb drive, and it's a Corsair Origin. Neat. Let's see. I love how they sent me a DVD. They sent me a driver installer. I don't have a drive on that. That's funny. There's cords at the wazoo. I have... What are these, SATA cables? I think I have a power to a SATA cable. I have another power... Oh, wow. Yeah, holy shit. There's like a bajillion cords in there. This is hilarious. Okay, so this is the Lighting Node Pro. So basically, that's how I get the lights inside the computer to work. This is how you install it. Oh yeah. I actually, I looked. I have 4 hard slots, 4 RAM chips.
Yeah, so if you wanted, you have 32 gigs now. If you wanted, you could expand that up to
literally
64.
Buy 2 more of the exact same cards for $125.
Yeah, you have 64 gigs of RAM. I don't know why you would need that much, but...
Also, for anybody that's curious on what the case is, it is a Corsair 220T RGB. It's a mid-tower case. So basically, the old computer was a full tower case. So you could put like 8 hard drives in it, and not take up any space anywhere else on the computer. I can't really do that in this computer. If I wanted to expand the memory, I would have to buy something external. Basically, because that's how this computer is built. Which isn't a big deal, because it's got a 1TB SSD and a 250GB SSD for the motherboard, or for the OS. And the only reason I got such a small,
Boot
hard
drive.
drive for the operating system is because it's a boot drive. I don't really want to run stuff off the boot drive because to me, if I run stuff off the boot drive and the boot drive fails, say it, whatever happens, then I can't do anything else. And basically, if your operating system, to me, I like separating the operating system and all of the saves from my game. Because then I can easily reinstall Windows on the secondary drive, or I can just replace the boot drive.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh shit, I lost all of the game save. I do have... And they're somebody at work, who was also building a computer, who he actually built it himself, and it looked really good. But him and his buddy didn't. They basically had the time, and I didn't. He asked me something about threaded cables, which is basically like, the cables are always coded, obviously, because you don't want the wire exposed. But then they will sometimes put a casing around it, which allows it to flex really easily, and protects it from kinking. Because if you bend a cord too much, so if you've ever had a charger and you like wrap it around your fingers, you'll notice that it'll kink, and then that kink will never go away because the cable and the wiring inside was damaged, basically. So when you have the threading on your cables inside your machine, if you have to bend and move them to put something else in, you don't have to really worry about snapping. Which, in turn is just safety. And it also makes it look better. It looks clean. It looks good. This is my warranty guide for the Corsair.
Yeah,
I don't mean to interrupt you. I think I might have an integrated graphics card on there.
Yeah, McLovin, even though I want to finish this fight, it would probably be more entertaining if we went to 5M and I did that police patrol like I had planned on doing earlier.
Oh my god, I can come on there. Fuck you.
But I might just wrap it up here and just stick with James at least until he gets his computer up as well.
Yeah.
Because I do need to grab something to eat for lunch as well. Because I've been streaming for 2 hours and I haven't had anything to eat for lunch. So, let me see. Is there a way I can change the destination in this plane without actually having to,
Probably not.
nav source, GPS, nav 1. Yeah, no, there's no way I can do it. So, we should probably find a spot to maybe land this particular plane before we wrap up. Or we could just end it while we're in midair. I'm pretty sure we can save the flight and come back to it a little later.
I would hope. Never make the most sense. Kind of
Let
like
me
ATS, you can save in the middle of your drive.
Yeah, let me see. That's notifications. Options. Oh, there we go. So you can change the server. Obviously, I went West USA because I got...
That's not good. Fuck. So my idea for that other computer becoming that streaming rig is gonna end up having to wait because I have to buy a longer... So basically, I have two 3.0 ports on my old computer.
Yep.
And they don't work right. They're a little faulty. And I know they're faulty because I have a Corsair keyboard and mouse, and they require 3.0 for the lighting to work fully. And sometimes like the lighting config for the mouse or the keyboard wouldn't always work. Sometimes it would be unresponsive and stuff like that. So I have to buy a new hub, which goes into a PCI Express port. And I think I told Ford this. Basically, the graphics card that I have in the old computer is too tall, and it like the PCIe is literally like a millimeter under the fans, and I don't want to put a board for a 3.0 hub right under some fans that could possibly run because I don't want the fans to break or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I had to take out that graphics card, put in the old one, which is just it's the original one that came in, which is some 760 shitty 2 gig. But basically, I don't really have to worry about the graphics card, and then I couldn't put in that Express, which overall sucks that I have to break this computer apart to do what I would like, but it'll work out. And I had to buy a longer HDMI cable. So yeah. Oh, this is for me. Or the other monitor.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this Flight Sim stream here. This was a nice long stream. I haven't done one of these in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, usually if I'm streaming with you, you don't like to go over about an hour. Anything past an hour, you don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, catch you later, Zoid. And yes, KSP, that is James. It is the wonderful D James that you're hearing.
I'm special. I'm not actually special, but
I just got here. Yeah, I know. Sorry, KSP. I'll be live within about a half hour or so with a BCSO patrol on Code Zero RP. Because I am actually getting hungry. I haven't had anything to eat for lunch, so.
To basically Ford saying that he's a fat ass.
No. What's James' YouTube? I don't think he has a YouTube.
You're very skinny. Like, very skinny. Like, concerning this.
Yeah, I don't know if James even has a YouTube channel.
I do not. Not one that I would like to play.
Yeah. So guys, thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned. I will be back at about 2 p.m. Pacific for some live police patrols over on Code Zero RP. I'm going to schedule that after this stream, so that way we can get going on that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I will be back in about a half hour for some, basically, live Leo here on Code Zero RP. Stay tuned. I will see you all in a half hour.